it's never too late in life to pick a path and pursue it. We need to be able to pivot. We need to be able to change. You're never too old to grow and adapt or pick up something new. You see, I feel like for a lot of people, what happens after high school, either they go study or either they go start working and start getting into a job and maybe trying to turn it into a career, or they go get married or something or the other. But for a lot of people, and I know this is a fact, I won't say we are unhappy, but I say for a lot of people, we are unsatisfied with the way things are or with the way our life is going. And if you're just going to think about that you are unsatisfied, but you're going to do nothing about it, it's going to take away all the power from you, and it's going to make you feel kind of cuck. So in order to feel like you really got a grip on your life, you're doing what you want to do, we need to bring back that sense of satisfaction. And I feel like we're never really too old to pivot, to change, to pursue something new. It's going to be scary, it's going to be daunting, but I'd advise against doing it at the later stage in your life, because, I mean, if you made it that far, bruh, if you made it to like 50, what's another 10 years? But if you're in your 20s, and this is where 20s to mid 30s, I feel like a lot of people maybe started something at the end of high school, which I feel is like a terrible point in your life to choose a life decision. I think give yourself some time, go fuck around, go make mistakes, go be a problem, go be a menace to society for a bit, you know? Figure things out and then get into something. But don't hold on too tight to it. Don't make the things you are doing, your personality, who you are. That's the biggest mistake, and it's a trap I fell into for a while. We are made being a student, my whole personality, my identity. I made being a law student there for a while. I made being a psychology student there for a while. And you know what? Especially if it's something you're not enjoying, you're not seeing the point of, but because now you felt like you jumped into it, you have to stay committed. It's now have to be your whole life, and you have to wrap your mind around it. It's really not going to be conducive and good for you in the long term. We need to normalize fucking calling it quits and jumping ship when something is no more serving a purpose or bringing value to our life. You see, like the older generation, like the boomers and the boomers' grandparents, whatever, they kind of had life simple, straightforward, easy. Bruv, you could have had a house as a cashier. You could have been working like a typical 9-to-5 minimum wage job. You could have been married with kids and have a mortgage. Life was good. Life was great. You could have even had a car, you know? Now life it's too fast. There's too much happening. Life is expensive. So, and also the ROI on a lot of things is not worth it. Like for a lot of us, minimum wage obviously is not living. You can't live off minimum wage. There's no life when you have minimum wage. It's continuous panic mode. It's survival of the fittest. Like you have to really learn how to stretch money and be smart with the whole thing. Even some like graduate level jobs, some stuff you gotta go study for doesn't really cut it, hey? And for the amount of effort and the amount of skills you need now in today's age, because back then, bruv, there was no computers, there was no marketing, there was no Excel spreadsheets, there was no deeper levels to the shit. There was no needing to do multiple tasks in one role. Back then, it was you had one guy, he was the typewriter. One guy used to order stock. One guy used to pack stock. It was like role differentiation. There was no overlap. Right now, it's like you need to know how to use a computer, number one. You need to know how to use Excel on a computer. You need to know how to engage with people. You need to know how to have meetings. You need to know how to order stock. You need to have a little bit data analytics skills. You have to have social skills. You have to be able to speak with customers, engage with business partners, etc. Like this, there's so many levels to this that if you're doing something that's really not earning you great, but the workload is soul crushing, it's really killing you, what's the point in staying? Life is too short. Like, bruv, I just heard the story of a 22-year-old kid who died like 2 nights ago. He wrapped his car around a tree. Regardless of the situation, I mean, life is short. 22, bruh. You know how many mistakes I was making when I was 22? If I knew my life was going to end that year, the amount of things I would have done differently, I would have been way less of a puss. But I digress. I was still a puss. Till now, I'm still a puss. But anyway, like, that's where I'm going with this thing. Like, if you are in something that's making you miserable, it's soul crushing, it's draining, you don't see the point. Why stay? The money is not worth it, bruv. You're killing yourself For what? For who? Because now you started something, you have to stay committed, you have to see through, you have to finish. Pivot. Especially if you have no kids, you have no wife, you ain't married. If you are still figuring out your life, pivot. You'll be amazed at if you have certain skills and you are able to get one job, how they can translate into another job. I mean, we're in the age of ChatGPT and shit. Google. Yes. Gemini is on Google. Use Gemini AI. Ask it like, okay, I have these skills. This is my CV. This is what I'm capable of in this current role. Where can I pivot to with this? What can I go? Then go. Don't go on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a bit of a waste of time. Go on Google again and search for stuff on Google Maps that's aligned with where you can apply and go walk in. That's my thing. Because we're living in 2026 where there's access to the internet and applications and LinkedIn and Indeed and all of these things where it's flooded with applicants, you need to stand out. Walk through the front door. Kick the motherfucker in if you have to. Say I want to speak to HR or I want to speak to someone. But you need to be a nuisance. You need to show that you want it. But obviously, have something on the CV, have something backing you up. Like, don't go annoy everyone and then you don't have anything backing you up. Especially like if you can find out off Indeed or LinkedIn that somewhere is hiring and you can go show up there in person and go hand drop off that, then you're going to stand out in a pile of hundreds and hundreds of applicants who applied online and you're going to be the first one to drop off a physical copy because you walked in. Even if you have to lie, bruv, you can come up with like maybe 10 common white people names and just walk in and I'm looking for John Smith. Because John Smith said I need to come meet Jessica from HR. And they'll be like, who the hell is Jessica from HR? But anyway, this guy was told to come meet HR. Let's try something. Anyway, I'm just spitballing with it. But I'm also a manager. And I figured I got my job from being forward. Like, hey, I rushed the front doors and like obviously I done my research. I found like, okay, this is a place that's a bit struggling and needs someone. I can be that someone. I don't really know how to manage a company, but I know a lot of shit. And I might not have had the right qualifications. It's still a learning curve. It's still very frustrating. I got the job. I landed it. I was working there for a while, but I fucking hate it. Like, if you're going to go rush the doors, think into what you're going to do first. Like, you need to go do a bit of job searching, you know, get a bit of understanding. Know what you're getting yourself into. But also, that's part of your 20s, bruv. You're not going to know what you're getting yourself into. Fuck the anxiety. Jump into it. If you don't like it, jump out. You're still young. There's no need to throw your whole life into something you don't enjoy, telling yourself that maybe I'm not working hard enough, maybe it's not clicking, maybe that's why I'm not enjoying it. Like, yes, you're not supposed to always enjoy your job, but it still should bring you some joy because, my bro, you're going to spend anywhere between 6 to 10 hours at this place every day of your week. If you're lucky, you got weekends off, but every day of your week, 5 days a week, for the next 40 years of your life, if not more. Like, my goal is to retire before I'm 50. So, yeah, I'm not even saying I have 40 years. I got 20 years left of working. That's the goal. I don't want to work for more than 20 years. But where I'm trying to get with this is you're going to spend basically your entire life in a job. Whether we like it or not, it's the way the world is. We have to work. For the most of us, we have to work. None of us are really trust fund babies. The percentage of people in the world are very small. None of us are really going to hit it big on crypto or Forex, you know. That's reserved for some people who just got lucky because it is a gamble at the end of the day. You can tell me that, yes, there's patterns and whatnot. The average guy who's trading Forex does not fucking know the patterns. He's not picking up on it. He's just going with intuition. He's getting lucky. So, yeah, that's my thing. For a lot of us, we don't have luck. We don't have the trust fund. We don't have someone that our family is related to that's going to invest in our next harebrained scheme. We have to go fight for it. We have to go fight tooth, breath, and nail. Whether it's we going into corporate, we're going into a career, we went to go study to get somewhere, we're building up capital to start something, we're hustling. We are fighting for an outcome for the most of us. Now, the fact that we have to go put in the effort, we have to go do something to actually live, to actually survive basically, to live comfortably. And I'm not saying like, I'm saying like even if you have a double-story house and everything, you are still surviving if you have to go to your job month to month to pay the bills and to maintain a lifestyle. We all surviving out here. None of us can just actively retire tomorrow and be okay for the rest of our life. We work into a point where we don't have to work or we work until we have to die. So now that it's ingrained in the human experience, work is part of the human experience. Why can't we find something that we are okay doing. I'm not saying you have to love your job. I'm just saying that you have to be okay with it. Where some days you can enjoy it, some days you can be like, this thing is shit, but I can deal with it. You shouldn't really be in a position where it feels soul crushing, where it's extremely difficult to wake up in a bed, where you wake up in the morning, you stare at the ceiling, or you get up, you sit up, and you just look at a wall like, is this my fucking life? And you do that every morning, and before you go to sleep with so much dread that shit, tomorrow I gotta wake up and I gotta go to that place again just so I can get bread. Like, literally, we're doing this for bread, my bro. Like, gone are the days of hunter-gathering and all of that shit. We're in the world of 9-to-5 corporate bullshit. Chugging and wearing a suit with an uncomfortable tie. Or uniform in some worst-case scenarios. Like, yeah, man. We've come a long way as humanity, but we still have jobs to do. And, bruh, also don't get disillusioned. Like, sometimes a job is a blessing. Like, having a good, comfortable job, 9 to 5, 6 days a week, 5 days a week, whatever you want to do with it, is great as compared to being an entrepreneur. And that's my argument. Like, I've been chasing that entrepreneurship dream for a while, up until I realized, like, the amount of effort you have to put into being an entrepreneur is fucking exhausting, eh? It becomes your life. And if you're not a type of person who doesn't believe in a work-life balance, if you feel work is life, you'll be great as an entrepreneur. But if you're the type of person who likes being productive some of the time, and some of the time you like doing fucking pointless shit. And I like doing some pointless shit because I feel like that's what living is. Living is not always having an objective, an agenda, and a mission. It's sometimes just enjoying being here, just experiencing shit for the sake of experiencing shit. And you see, that's my thing with being an entrepreneur. It's in your prefrontal cortex all of the time, meaning it's on top of your head all of the time. It weighs down your every decision, especially in the startup. And you know what? I figured I might as well go back to university, study something in tech because it's safe, it's easy. Like, for me, it's easy. It might not be easy for everyone else. And go make a remote career, because it's also one of the fields where remote work is most accessible. Get me a remote job in the field and push it. But also, it's capital. I'd like to have a little coffee shop. Something. I don't want to be extremely rich, but I'd like to have assets that bring me in money that, I can say, like, this is mine. Like, I can create my own artistic spin on it. And I think that's the thing I think a lot of people forget. Like, we look at all of these successful corporations and whatnot, and yes, you need money to be creative with it, but they're creative, and that's why they're successful, because from the get-go, like, as they're doing things, they're not trying to look like another store. They're not trying to copy someone else's blueprint. Like, yes, they took someone else's blueprint, but they changed it up, they switched it up, they renovated the whole process. They created something of their own based off someone else's blueprint. You can't just copy and paste. It's going to be very difficult to be successful when you're doing something exactly as the competition is. But if you can do something that stands out even in one unique way, that you can have people come through, enjoy, and niche around, build a community around it, a couple of uniqueness. And yes, I say build a community around because I don't know if you guys know what Checkers is. My South Africans will know what Checkers is. But overseas, it's like your equivalent of a Walmart or whatever. It's a grocery store. It's a mega store. They sell everything from like basic household appliances to groceries, but it's mainly groceries. And Checkers is a funny thing because with these Checkers 60/60 delivery guys, they give out these toys at Checkers with the delivery bikes and a uniform and little overalls, and they've created their own little subculture around Checkers 60/60 where you got kids now buying the little blue motorcycle with the blue overalls. And it's kind of funny because back in the day, we either had the little toy till where you could like scan the food off, whatever, or you had the police car or whatever, and now you got the delivery guy uniform. Some kids grow up with a toy doctor set, some kids grow up with a delivery motorcycle guy, but it just shows you like where we as a society, like some stuff are so now in our culture, but it came from corporations, it came from mere superstores. And it's like the owners are probably having fun with it. Yeah, they're having a whole lot of stress because it's corporate, it's a whole entity, it's a whole asset. You have multiple people's financials and salaries all sitting on your head, and the success of the business and the corporation and stakeholders and investors, etc., etc. But you have a team of creative people, but you can also add your own input. But I think what I'm trying to get at it with all of this is no matter what you do, put your best foot forward. Always lead with positivity and good intention and hope. Because I feel like without hope, we are fucking doomed as a society. And then the next step is be creative, be yourself, put your personality in whatever you are doing. Even if you think your personality is shit and you are like the cringiest motherfucker, there's going to be people that resonate with you, people that connect with you, and people that they might really enjoy who you are as a person. And you'd be surprised. But we live in a day and age where you can have access to so much people. So by just putting yourself out there and just being authentic in your true self, you might actually form connection. You might see that other people resonate with you. You might not really form connection online, but it might be nice to know that other people see you, hear you, understand you, and they support the mission because to them, it also has meaning. Yeah, man, that's my 2 cents for today. Like, comment, and subscribe. Today was a great day for me because I've recorded quite a bit of audio. I'm really loving this for myself. Let's just hope it translates well when I actually make the videos. Sharp. Bye-bye. Like, comment, and subscribe, please.